So it's April. The months are rolling by. 6:30 in the morning. The sun is already up. And we need to make our way over to the farm. Let's bring up our map. So we now own two fields. 81 and 80. Let's go and visit field 81. It's currently growing. It needs to be rolled. And in episode 7, I discussed a little bit about a roller in the store that I was interested in. But we can't afford it. We've got $9,301. Oh, sorry, bear with me. Just for those people who are watching on YouTube, episode 8 of Crouch's Farm. We are filming this live. If you wanted to join me, hang out with me either on Twitch or YouTube, interact in the comments, give me some suggestions, give me feedback, berate me for my choices, you'd be very welcome. There's a link in the video description over to Crouch_After Dark, where you can come and watch live. So I may refer every now and then to chat. If you want to be part of that chat, come and join me. We own two fields right next to each other, both of them seeded with grass. This one's 100% fertilized, 97% yield bonus. Now, this one does say 100% fertilized, 95% yield bonus, but it needs rolling. So for the extra 2%, I'm assuming that the rolling is going to give us, I don't know if I can be bothered right now. We also have our goat pen. 25 goats in there. We've got 20 adult goats, 5 little yearlings, feeding them the grass that we harvested when we first bought field 80, and we baled it up with the tiny little square baler. And they seem to be doing well. Fully watered, fully fed. The meadow is growing. The greenhouses are producing food. Now, for the sharp-eyed and eagle-eyed amongst you, you will notice I've now set the time to 5. So in the previous episode, I decided that I'm going to leave the time scale, so to speak, at times 5. That way the time rolls past, obviously faster. And I can get away from this grind that I've been on since the beginning of this series. With slowing time down to 0.05 so I can try and do more bloody wood delivery contracts. Anyway, it's a brand new day. There's some things to take care of. There's plenty of lettuce over there that we need to clear out. The animals are all taken care of. We've got some goat's milk already. We've got the goat's milk already. How is everyone? Rhino, my friend, says, I need to get myself a trailer to act as a house. We are homeless. We're still homeless. We own bloody land, farm, goats and greenhouses, and yet we don't have a house. It's despicable. He's also suggesting that I should set the greenhouses to sell automatically. Nah, I don't like that idea. Don't like that idea at all. We're going to take our goods down to our little farm shop here. Our farm-to-table shop. To do that, we need some forks. We need a front-loader attachment. In you go. Come on, get in there. What the hell, man? We need a front-loader attachment. Whoa. What we don't need is that claw. We don't need that weight, but we need these tines over here. And we need our trailer. All right. Yeah, we're going to bring everything down to the little farm store here where I've got my new bike. Where is the trailer? There it is down there. So we'll take our lettuce down to the farm store. I'm sure we could get better prices if we took it to something like the farmer's market. But we'll take it to start the day off. We'll get some lettuce down to our little farm store. And then probably going to have to grind through a couple of contracts. I'm not sure if we can sell our goat's milk at our farmers markets. We might need to take that up to the dairy. That is one thing that we want to aim for, to have a dairy on our own property. I might leave this here. If we fold up that side, go 1, 2, 3, it should open that side. I'm becoming a master. All right, we need some lettuce. I don't like these shrubs here. I don't like these shrubs here at all. Not the best choice of location for these greenhouses. We may change that in the future. Need to readjust our tines. And mulcher will get rid of the shrubs. Yes, we'll need to get a mulcher at some stage. But we're on a very limited budget, and we have more pressing needs than worrying about some weeds. We need to generate income, and making things easy can wait. We're saving at the moment for a bale wrapper. 16 grand we need. That way we can start getting some silage off of our fields. Currently got 7 bales, which we could probably wrap and sell into silage. We can wrap into silage and then sell. What's going on here? Oh, we've got 1 tine on the ballot. I think we'll just put it there. It looks good to me. If it sits, it fits. If it sits, it fits. If it fits, it sits. There we go. Let's get that in. That'll do. Flossie, my friend, also joining us on Twitch. Insert farming version of 07s. We need a cowboy hat. We do. Acorns come up with a farmer's hat. Need to get these tines closer together. I should set something on my sticks. Oh, this really is not ideal where I have put these greenhouses. I think at some stage I'm going to have to demolish them and reorganize their position, which will be we'll take a bit of a hit on their production and obviously from a financial perspective, but I think it's required because it's just not ideal. But we make do with what we have. So the plan for episode 8 is to afford that baler, the wrapper, so we can wrap the grass bales from our field. That's supposed to still be on the tractor, on the trailer. That'll do. Oh no! Lettuce on the ground! Oh boy. Alright, let's get this stuff down to the farm store. it doesn't show us. Let's chuck some straps on, then let's throw up. It doesn't show us in the financial section. Mr. Acorn on Twitch is asking, so did I hear you correctly, Crouch? You procured a wife for the farm? No, there's no wife for the farm. Let's go down and have a look, right, at lettuce. Let us have a look at the price for lettuce. So it's not the best price here in April. That would be in January. We're not waiting for a year. So oh, here we go. Small Farmers Kiosk. Is that my farmer's kiosk? Yeah, 147 meters away. That's my kiosk. Okay, so I can either go to the supermarket, which is going to give me, $1,885 per 1,000 liters of lettuce, one per pallet, or I can take it to my kiosk and get a little bit less, $100 less. The best place so far is the supermarket, but I'm going to take them down to my Small Farmers Kiosk. I was going to say, I didn't see this option here when I was looking earlier on, Small Farmers Kiosk, for my Small Farmers Kiosk, but apparently it is there. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. All right, let's go take some lettuce down there, get some funds in the bank. We need 16 grand for the bale wrapper. We've got one pallet of milk from our newly acquired goats. So now if I take the straps off, yes, $8,588. Now, what I don't see there, and we spoke about this in one of the previous episodes, is there's no lettuce here. All the produce is gone. We had tomatoes in here at one stage. We had chilies. But people wanted my lettuce. I'm sold out of lettuce. I made a delivery and it's immediately already gone. Now we've got a pallet of goat's milk. Now I don't know. I mean, the aim is to have a massive goat farm, and a number of dairies all producing different sorts of things. Now I don't know if I can take that goat's milk to my little kiosk there. So I guess we'll find out. Otherwise, we might need to take the goat's milk to the dairy. All right, let's unhitch that trailer. Let's grab our pallet of goat's milk. We'll take it down to the farm shop and see what happens, but I've got a feeling... Again, this is super close to the field, isn't it? I haven't really left much room. Well, we didn't have a lot of room. The farm will change, I'm sure, over time. It will grow and develop and change. But what I have at the moment, I'm so pleased with. All right. Thank you, goats, for that delicious goat milk. We can have ourselves a range of dairies that all produce different sorts of goat milk-related products. All right, so we've got 730 litres of goat's milk. Oh, hang on. Is it still filling? It's still filling those up, isn't it? Oh, I thought they'd already produced like a full pallet of goat's milk. But that obviously spawns there and then they fill it up. And then it spawns a new one and they slowly fill it up. Anyway, it's produce that we can sell. $17,888. We've got enough money for the bale wrapper, which will then allow us. We've got 7 bales. All right, what's going to happen? No. My little farm kiosk can't take the goat's milk. So if we have a look at our finances for goat milk, the price is dropping. There's a fairly significant difference between the low end, $4,568, and $5,556 in January. So we're sort of about midway. We can take it to the dairy for $5,000 per 1,000 litres. So the price is dropping. We do need the cash buck dollary dues. Whereabouts is the dairy? Open the map, please. Why can I not open the map? Where is the dairy? I guess we just need to check them all, hey. Piano manufacturer, supermarket, animal dealer, lime station, train station. Okay, there's the supermarket. Biomass heating plant. Here's the dairy. Here is the dairy. All right, we'll sell our milk at the dairy here. So if we cut through and go around. All right, sweet. We have located the dairy. So yes, the plan is to get the bale wrapper. I do want to have my own dairy. I think the dairy, the small little dairy is like 38,000 or something. You know, that'll be a nice place to start. And then obviously you can go up to like the really big dairies, but you know, we're starting with very little. We're starting with very little. And so that little dairy will have to start out little. But the dairy and the sawmill, I'm interested in both of those. Each of them sort of somewhere around mid-30s, high 30s or something like that. We want a sawmill because we do plenty of deadwood contracts. Rather than just leaving the timber there, we can bring back and feed to our sawmill. And then rather than taking our milk to this dairy here, we can take it to our own dairy. Here we go. What are they going to give us for the 730 litres of goat's milk? 3,685 cash buck dollary dues. A little bit of harvest income. Yes, sir. Well, I'm well pleased with that. Hang on, is there a better way out of this dairy? Oh yeah, around the other way. Look at that. So we can drive in, drop off our stuff, and then swing out to the right, hey? Let's cut out into the fields where this tractor's supposed to be. Rhino's suggesting I look at the factories. Yes, we'll look at the factories when we're at that stage. Like I said, the dairy is about 35 grand or something like that. Acorn on Twitch is wondering, am I in my mid-30s? My friend, my mid-30s are a long way behind me. All right. I'll look at the factories tab where they are on the map. Ah, I see, Rhino. Makes sense. Make a sense. Right, so I think that's all of the work around the farm. Check on the animals. They're all good. Make sure they've got food and water. They do. We've checked the greenhouses. Sold some produce at the little farm kiosk. Took some goat's milk over to the dairy. I don't think at this point there's much more to do around the farm. Let's jump on the bike. So these are the bales that we need to wrap, right? The bale wrapper that I'm looking at. Oh, I think I skipped past it. I did not. Here we go. Wrappers. This one here. This one goes on the front of our tractor and we'll scoop up a round bale and wrap it. 16 grand. There's nothing in the specials today that's of any interest. But I am keen to get these bales wrapped. We only have 7 of them. But they are worth a little bit of money if we make them into silage. So I think we'll pick up one of these. Support roller. Yes or no? Adds $500. I don't know what the support roller does. Attachment type. Telehandler. No, we want the 3-point and front loader. We want, I like this nature green. No leasing stuff, Rhino, in this challenge. No leasing, no loans. You don't become a farming king by leasing stuff here on Croucher's Farm. If we don't own it, we can't use it. Part of the challenge rules of a City Slicker to Farmer series. But yes, otherwise we could lease a bunch of stuff. But we cannot. All right, so I don't think I need the support roller. For $500, look, let's just add it for $500. We've got our wrap. We've got 2 rolls of wrap. We might need to get some more of that in the future. Let's buy this. 17.5 grand. You can fetch your purchase at the shop. Acorn, you've been playing a game called The Long Dark. It's a hardcore survival game set in the Canadian wilderness. Oh, that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. I'll have to have a look at that. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else we need to do around the farm. Yeah, see, there's another milk vat has arrived. Okay, so that will slowly fill up. If we check it, if I just stand near it, it should tell me how much is in there, right? Pallet. Yeah, 221 litres. Okay, cool. Go, goats. You beautiful animals. Let's do it. I don't think there's any other produce coming out of any of the greenhouses at the moment. Maybe towards the end of the month, there'll be some more stuff. But certainly in May, there'll be more stuff. All right, let's head over, I suppose. We'll head over and pick up our new bale wrapper. All right, we can dump the trailer. We're not going to need that. Let's head on over to the shop. I think what we might do is while we're there and we've got the tines with us, we might buy an extra pallet of... I don't think we need to buy an extra pallet of wrap. Yes, we bought a dirt bike. I think in episode number 5, we picked up the dirt bike along with the cedar that was 62% or 67% off in the second-hand deals. Well, there is one thing I just quickly want to do. I want to quickly jump into our controls. I want to see for the forklift attachments, the tines, the spreader for front loader. Here we go. Open front loader tool, close front loader tool. Contract lower, raise, lower, extend front loader. I want to say it's these two. Let's try it. Right stick. Extend. Nah, that doesn't make sense to me. Crane, placeables, games, lights. Maybe I'll have a look at that later on. That way I don't have to use the mouse for it. I can use one of the hats on my joystick. Let's head up to Dave's, go pick up our new bale wrapper. No acorn, I do not have a shed at the moment. No space for a shed. No space for a shed yet. G'day Motherfig, joining us on Twitch. How are you, my friend? Can you grow barley? You can. Not me, not right now, no. But in the game, for sure. Hops, there's got to be a mod for hops, right? I haven't seen any hops in the game, but someone's got to have made a mod to grow hops. I would like to do a playthrough of having my... Oh, crap. I forgot. We can't... Can I put this on the back for the moment? Can we put this on the back to transport it? I don't think so. We might have to go drop it. Oh, we can. Because normally this goes on the front of the tractor, but I brought the tines with me. It doesn't look like... Oh, yeah, there's the little box of Ranny Wrap. All right, we'll see how far these two boxes go. Yeah, I'd love to do a playthrough with a brewery. That would be sweet. Maybe I'll start another one to run side by side. But at the moment, I'm still very much learning the game, and I'm enjoying the struggles of having to, go through things with some level of difficulty. Both in the game and in, real life. I am very much a city slicker, and I have no idea how Farming Simulator works. And I really want to enjoy it from the ground up. But having a brewery would be amazing. All right, let's take this back. Let's wrap those bales up, because I think the bales are going to need a month to ferment into silage. And then we should be able to sell them next month. All right, let's drop that off there. Let's stick this over here. Let's detach that. Oh, I think we might put the... Oh, I don't think we need the weight. We're only using one bale at a time. Now this thing should go in the front. There we go. Let's go. All right. Now, let's look at the menu. Unfold the bale wrapper. Unfold it. Lower it. Turn on automatic drop. Okay, so if we turn on automatic drop, so then whenever we get close to a bale, it should just gobble it up. Let's go! So it's gonna spit it out. Yes! That's so good. All right, let's wrap up all these bales. And then I guess when the time comes, we can sell them all. All right, there we go. We're going to need some sort of trailer to transfer these, to carry these bales. Otherwise, I think we'll probably be able to take 4 at a time in the little trailer that we have. You know, it really is just an equipment buying simulator. Come on, gobble it up, scoop it up. It's insane, though, how much equipment that you need to operate even just a relatively small farm. You know, without the ability to lease things. Having to buy everything is crazy. Yeah, that's one thing I haven't looked into yet. Is all the different mods and everything that are available. But there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot. That will be for much, much later on. Maybe if I start up a second save. Which I might do. You know, I'm thoroughly enjoying this at the moment. So I think I'll stick with this series for a while until I've really learnt the game properly. And then, you know, we might have a look at, you know, I'd love to have a brewery, Pigs and Little, which is the name of my home brewery, Pigs and Little. Currently mothballed, not in operation. Five? This is so sweet. All right, so we've got 5 bales. There should be 7. There's another one over there and another one there. Yeah, sweet, sweet. So we've got 7 bales. We'll figure out how much they're going to be worth in a minute. 5,500 litres each. I think these take a month to ferment. So we might be able to sell them next month. And then we'll wait for a couple more months until we get both of our fields ready to harvest again. I got basically 5 bales from one field. So maybe 9 bales, 10 bales from both fields. All right, there we go. So now we can detract that, lift it up, stash it away for next time. Oh, let's have a look at the contracts, right? Because we're pretty much done with all of the work. There's a bale wrapping contract over at field 92. Some more deadwood. Fertilizing is back on the menu. Plowing we can't do, stone picking we can't do, and another wood transport. So I guess if I'm doing bale wrapping, I supply the wrap, right? All right, let's accept this. Let's go see how long it takes us to do this contract. It's over at field 92. I don't know, we want to swing past the biomass place. Chuck a right at the biomass place. All right, I shall see you there. Okay. How many bales does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 8 bales. So we may have just enough. Hang on, we've got to lower this. Extend it, lower it. And we've got automatic baling turned on, or automatic ejection turned on. This is also cool in first person. And then the arm comes down, cuts the wrap. Oh, great. We put that for... Amazing. So these contracts might not be too bad. I don't think this is going to take a long time to finish this contract. Anyway, we'll churn through it. And hopefully we have enough wrap and we don't have to get to the store. We'll see. Well, that wasn't too painful. Let's have a quick look at the contracts. So for $2,641 to wrap 8 bales, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's collect that cash buck dollary dues. All right, so we've got a Deadwood contract, which is down the road from us. I'm wondering, I mean, we could quickly do this contract and be done with it. Or we could chop down the trees, slice them up, put them in the trailer, and then take them over to the biomass plant. Fertilizing contracts. Again, these are fairly straightforward. This is a very big field. Recommending the big spreader. It is worth $5,000. We'll probably have to spend at least $2,000. This will use at least 1 pallet. More wood transport contracts. Oh my God, I have done so many of these. And this route specifically from the northwest and then down this way, or cut through field 75 and 76 and then down around to the biomass plant. How many trees? 23 trees. So the maximum I've been able to take with me in one trip so far has been 17 in the equipment that I have. Where's Dave's place? We cut up through here. There's Dave's. We're going to need some new wrap, but I guess not straight away. All right, let's head back to the farm. Let's put the wrapper away. We'll head back to the farm and then go change over some equipment. Maybe we'll jump on the bike, go do that Deadwood contract real quick. I don't know if I'll be bothered collecting the trees. I think it's probably only going to be worthwhile when I've got my own sawmill. And we're quite some way away from having our own sawmill. Again, I think the sawmill is $33,000. Anyway, let's head back to the farm. So whilst we're here at the farm, I want to have a quick look at these bales, right? It's 2% fermenting. They're 5,500 litres each, 890 kilos. Oh boy. Excuse me. If we have a look, silage. So Low price 214, high price 219. There's hardly any difference to be at all worried about, when we sell silage. So let's just say, 215 per 1,000 litres. Even if we say $200 per 1,000 litres. So what's that? About, how many, did I say there was 5,500 litres in a bale? $200 per 1,000 litres, so about 1,000 credits per bale. Alrighty. Again, I have no idea how long that takes to ferment. So I guess we just need to let that do its thing. Now let's go do this deadwood contract. Let's have a look. Contracts. Deadwood. Bunch of fertilizing ones. More of this wood transport. Oh God, I've done so many of them. I do enjoy them, but I've done so many. Let's do this deadwood contract. We'll duck down there on the bike. It's just down the road here. Looks like we've got... Oh, hang on. Well, here's the thing. We've got 4 of the dead trees right here on the roadside, which would make it super easy to collect and turn them in for a little bit of extra cash buck dollary dues at either at the carpentry place or, the biomass place or... I'm tempted now to process these trees. Oh man, my bike, rude. All right. I don't know. It's a lot of work. If I had a longer trailer and I could just, throw these into the trailer, or if I had one of those winches that you can get, I think I will process these. I think I'll take them up to the biomass. We'll check the prices. The fact that the 4 of them at least are right here makes it much easier. This would probably be one of the only locations that I do process the deadwood from, simply because it's flat, it's relatively open. Some of the other locations for deadwood, especially out in the northeastern side of town, are just horrendous in terms of being able to, get in there. Let's have a quick look at the pricing. I'm assuming it's just wood, right? Okay, so in May, which we're not in, it's going to be $1,800. Right now, at the sawmill, okay, so the biomass heating plant, which is just around the corner from us, has the highest price, $1,837 per 1,000 litres. Now, I don't think this tells us how many litres are in there. Anyway, I'm going to get all these trees cut down, and then we'll process them all, and we'll take them up to the biomass plant to sell, and see what sort of cash buck dollary doos we get.
Your place in your bed, showing no regret. Close your eyes to hide your lies, roll the dice. You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass. Got an invincible fence, letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots when I use my witchcraft. You're playing it cool, bending all the rules, talking way too loud, and you're talking rude. You're playing a game, driving me insane. Your heart is back, and it's a fact, no turning back. You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass. Got an invincible fence, letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots when I use my witchcraft. When I use my witchcraft. Come on. You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass. Got an invincible fence, letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots when I use my witchcraft. When I use my witchcraft. I got my moves, I got my song. When I turn my mojo on, I'm feeling fine, I'm feeling strong. It won't take long when I use my witchcraft.
So we've got a decision to make now. Do I chop these trees into smaller sections, or do I just try and pop them all into the trailer and have them all hanging out the back? I mean, this trailer is relatively small in comparison to these very long pieces of timber. But if we can get them in there and strap them down, I think, you know, they're going to stay there. So I think I'll try that. Why not? New experience, yeah? We'll give that a shot and see how we go. That's the logs all strapped. Now begins the journey to the biomass factory. I'm confident we'll get there. Oh no, that's a lake. That's changed things slightly. Well, that's changed things quite a lot. All right, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm so happy this has worked. I'm gonna have to take this nice and wide, I reckon, to try and get in here. It certainly made it a lot easier instead of having to cut up. Whether I get a better price or not is irrelevant. It's just certainly made it a lot easier than having to, cut up all the logs and have to move multiple things. But now I know that if I get a deadwood contract where the trees are relatively accessible, I can take them all. Let's go. $396. Really? $396. Those were perfect lengths. Just one long piece. Could have got some beautiful long planks out of that. I didn't chop any of them up. $396. Not sure it was worth it. Oh well. Those, at least I know now when I've got my sawmill, I can easily get these logs back without having to cut them up into small bits and put multiple things into the trailer. All right, let's cash in our contract. Made an extra $400 on top, Right, wood transport. We are already outfitted for it. We've done so many of these. So I don't think I'll bore you with the full story. But we'll go ahead and do this. And I'll keep interacting with chat. Again, if you didn't catch the beginning of the episode and for some reason you've come partway through the video and you want to come and join me live, you can find a link to the Crouch After Dark on both Twitch and YouTube in the video description if you want to come and hang out with me live and interact in the chat with me. Anyway, I shall see you maybe when we're turning this contract in. We've seen enough wood transport contracts. In either case, I'll see you once this is done. If I had a bigger tractor or a bigger trailer, I'd be able to do these in one run. Even the largest one, the 29 trees, or 29 logs, you can do in 2 runs. Actually, if I bought one of the blue trailers, I think they're about 16 grand. I think this one was 14 grand. And I think the blue one is 16 grand. The blue one extends slightly. And it's got a pin hitch at the back, so you can tow both the black one and the blue one together. The black one at the back, it doesn't have a pin hitch at the back, but you could tow the blue one first, and then the black one behind it, and do these contracts in just one run. I'm pretty sure for that, I'd need a more beefier tractor. And then maybe having to transfer the weight from the back to the front. Otherwise, it's just going to be so heavy on the back. I don't think we're going to stop past the farm and pick up the weight. I don't think it's really necessary at this point. We're already halfway through the contract, so we might as well just continue. Okay, another wood transport contract complete. Where are we? We're 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll see what else there is to do. There's a couple of small little fertilizing contracts available. Let's cash that in. So we're at 14,000. We can buy another goat pen. Oh, nowhere to put it. I don't know what the next equipment purchase for me is. I was just talking to the live chat. Again, links in the description if you want to come and join me live. About what the concept for this series is. What is the end point, right? When does this city slicker become a farmer? And I'm quite keen just to keep expanding out the goat farm. And just, take bite-sized chunks of the game. And so for this challenge, City Slicker to Farmer, I think we were saying, well, I was suggesting that, my end goal would be 2,000 goats and enough fields and paddocks and all that sort of stuff to be able to sustain, 2,000 goats with our own dairies and all that sort of stuff, producing all the different products. And then at that point, I might say, okay, this City Slicker has actually become, a goat farmer. And that, we might call the end of the series. And then we start exploring the next challenge, the next playthrough, the next series. So that's my idea at the moment, 2,000 goats. Just producing bucket loads of milk and, processing that milk into a whole bunch of different sorts of products in the dairies. And so to do that, obviously we need to buy enough land to, grow enough grass to be able to process, to feed all the goats. And but that may change. That's a very loose idea at the moment. So we're back here at the farm. Might quickly check what's happening to the greenhouses because I think they need some water. And in speaking of my next equipment purchase, it probably would make sense to buy the bigger water barrel, water tank, water transporter. Given that we've got 3 greenhouses we need to take care of, plus the goats. Let's go have a quick look. Yeah, 2,000 litres in here. 6,000. 5.5. Oh, we've got another pallet of lettuce that's come out. This place is close to spitting out a whole bunch of goods for us. There's 1,300 litres in here. The goats are all very happy. Well, the water is not being topped up, though, from the tank. That's okay, though. They're all very happy. How much milk have they produced? 167 litres. Maybe I should set a certain number of litres of milk being produced each month. As the end goal. We're able to produce 50,000 litres of milk a month. And thus, therefore, however many goats we need to produce 50,000 litres of milk. I'm not sure. Taking the water, goats. You have to drink out of the trough. Let's top up this greenhouse. We'll do a couple of quick water runs and then we'll see where we are. It's 3:30. We may be at the point where we can progress into May. Let's get a couple of water runs done.
I don't know anybody that could compare to you. The way you're always smiling, the way you light up a room. I couldn't live without you, not even if I tried. Cause every day I'm with you, I'm flying over the clouds. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm flying over the clouds. And I'm not coming down. Every time we touch, I feel at home. There's no way I'd ever let you go. When you put your hands in mine, I know you're gonna be alright. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm loving this game, man. I'm absolutely loving this game. I've got 50 hours on this saved game already, and I've only been playing for, what, 2 weeks? Never played any of the other farm simulators before. But the grind in this challenge, you know, starting with 100 grand, no land, no equipment, no loans, no leasing, has been real, and I've loved every minute of it. There's so much to explore in this game that, you know, it's going to take me a while. Okay, there we go. We're definitely going to need a bigger water tank. We've got, we dumped a little bit of extra water into this greenhouse, 7,000 litres in here. We only topped up the small one, 6,000 in here. We topped this one up to maximum capacity, 10,000. This is almost ready to start turning out some tomatoes, lettuce, strawberries, spring onion, napa cabbage, some chili peppers and some garlic. The goats all look happy. Look at these goats, 100% health. Oh, look at the meadow. Oh no, I thought that said 38,000 litres in the meadow. 3,839 litres in the meadow. I think we might leave it there for April, episode 8 here on Crouch's Farm. We don't have a house, unfortunately. Oh, just before. No, I don't think we're going to do any more contracts. You know, we could just keep doing these, you know, deadwood contracts over and over again, although there is another one very close to home. Cut down 9 trees. This is never ending. It's never ending. The grind is real. Let's check the specials before we finish up episode 8 here. A forage wagon collects grass, hay or straw. It can also be filled with chaff. It's 59% off. It's 31 grand. It requires a tractor with 130 horsepower. From the perspective of running a goat farm, this might be good to have, but we can't afford it yet. So I think I might call it there for episode 8. Episode 7's currently in the editing room at the moment. We'll add this one to the list of episodes over at Crouch's Farm that need to be edited. I think we'll fast forward through until May and see what life is like on Crouch's Farm.